Hi, my name is Melissa Claire and you're watching Loving Reality. If you like personal development and you want to learn the tips, tools, and techniques to support you to create a life and a business that you love, you're in the right place. Now sit back because this is going to be a juicy topic. It's a topic that not a lot of people like to talk about, sort of like sex, money, and fears. Yeah, today I want to talk to you about fears and how fears actually go into those other topics. How your fears can be blocking you from bringing more money and wealth and abundance into your life, or how it might be stopping you from creating that relationship so you really feel confident about yourself and how amazing you are. So let's talk about fear. You know, most people don't like to talk about what they fear or what they're insecure about. They want to push it underneath the table and they want to just, avoid it. Hey, I know that I've definitely done that. And if you've done that before, leave me a comment. Have you tried to push down the things that you fear? Have you pushed down the fear of being judged or being called something that you don't like, or being labeled, or being, just put into a box of someone else's perspective? And all this fear is exactly what it does. It puts you in a box. It puts you in a certain level of consciousness. It puts you in a certain level of self-belief. And here's another thing about fear. The more you push down and you try to hide something about yourself, you're making it a shadow. So in coaching, we talk about the shadow self and the light self. The shadow self is the part of you that you don't like other people to know about. It's the part of you that maybe does things behind doors. It's the part of you that might show up in a certain way, but underneath, behind the scenes, you have something else going on. But a lot of times that shadow is in this box of shame because someone else made you feel shameful for who you are, or for what you like, or for what you want to do, or for the way that you look, or the way that you speak. Life is created from the inside out, right? But when people are pointing to you and calling you a name, or making you feel shameful, or making you feel doubtful of who you are, you're gonna put that into the back. You're gonna put that into your shame box. And then later, you could be fearful if anyone finds that out, right? You could be fearful over your finances. You could be fearful over your relationships. You could be fearful over who you are really, or what you desire to express. Maybe you love to have naked photos of you taken. Maybe you love to spend money and buy gifts for strangers. Maybe there's something about you that you love, except someone else made you feel shameful for it, and that therefore you've created a fear around it. So what I'd like to give you as a tip today is to go and to look in the mirror and to literally call yourself the thing that you're most feared of being called. Call yourself out on it. I actually learned this technique from one of the pioneers in shadow research. Her name was Debbie Ford, and she started a clinic that was called the Debbie Ford Clinic. I think it was in LA, and she helped a lot of alcoholics stop drinking because she allowed them to embrace that part of themselves and no longer keep it as the fear, right? So I want you to look. In her book, she talks about how she was called something as she was doing public speaking, and she was like, oh my God, why are they calling me that? I'm not like that. But she realized that that was a part of her that she was trying to hide. So she went and she looked in the mirror and she called herself that name over and over, and she owned that part of herself, and she recognized that part of herself, and therefore she took it out of the box and she liberated it. Because let's be truthful here. When you are no longer fearful of what someone thinks of you, and you've brought it to the light and you're owning it, then they're not going to have any power over you. And that fear isn't going to have power over you. You're liberating yourself. You're creating a more holistic version of yourself. Your darkness and your light and your darkness, they come together and you become more whole. And therefore you love yourself more and you love those shadow parts of you. And then you no longer have so much fear. So like I said, go look in the mirror and call yourself something that you would hate to be called. Open up that drawer and see what you're really afraid of about yourself. See what you're really afraid of being called. And think about, why are you afraid of that, right? Before I end this video, when I was in 5th grade, I was bullied and it really sucked. And I was bullied because I was very prim and proper and because I was all matchy, and I felt ashamed for being who I was. But you know what? That's who I am. I have to be myself. So, as my life went on, I've tried to not be who I am and it doesn't work. I've tried to be someone else thinking that it might be, more accepted. And the only thing I did was I stopped accepting myself. And I don't want you to do that. I want you to fully love yourself so that you can create the life and the business that you love. And that begins with you, really loving the you. So my name is Melissa Claire, and I hope you liked this video. If you would like to learn more about how you can empower your life and your business, please go to the link and download your free PDF. And I will see you soon.